Shalom. First and foremost, before I get started, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory towards due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rachak Badash, and double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and each other's is truth. Today's lesson, really going into, not losing faith, not losing, courage, but, keeping your courage, keeping the faith until the very end. Because, that's what the scripture says in Matthew 24:14. Let's just go ahead and pull that real quick. This is Matthew 24 and verse 14. Not 14, but 13. Matthew 24:13. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. So we got to endure unto the end no matter what is set in front of us. We can't lose courage. We can't lose faith. We got to continue to persevere, continue to fight. Now let's go see what that word in the Greek for endure is. It says G5278, to remain, to abide, not to recede or flee. And if you lose courage, if you lose faith, you're going to flee. Let's see what that word, it says not recede. Let's see what that word recede says. To go or move back or further away from a previous position. We can't move back. We can't take 2 steps forward and 5 steps back, man. We got to continue to move forward. We got to make progress. We got to make continuance in this truth. Slide again. And the 100% truth, man. No matter what is set in front of us, we got to continue to fight, continue to persevere, no matter what, man. So again, it says to go or move back or further away from a previous position. We can't move backwards. We got to move forwards. And if you lose your nerve, if you lose courage, you lose faith, you're going to move backwards instead of forwards from the position you're at right now. And I'm speaking to myself first and foremost, man. Look, that word recede, some synonyms. Retreat. We can't retreat. We got to go back. It says we're soldiers, man. Let's get that real quick. We'll come back to this, Lord willing. This is Romans 12. It's lucky. Romans 12 verse 1. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of the Most High, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto the Most High, which is your reasonable service. This is our reasonable service, man. This is what we ought to do. We're presenting our bodies a living sacrifice. We're being soldiers, prisoners of a Mashiach. And we got to continue to move forward. You can't present your body a living sacrifice if you're losing courage and you're worried about what's going on in this society and what's going on in this world. Verse 2, and be not conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is a good and acceptable and perfect will of the Most High. You can't do that if you're losing courage. You can't lose that if you're losing faith, man. There's another one. What is it? 2 Timothy 4. One. 2 Timothy. It might just be soldier. Yep. 2 Timothy 2 and verse 3. We're soldiers of a Mashiach, and we cannot retreat, man. Soldiers don't retreat. When soldiers are in a battle, that's a shame for you to retreat, man. You gotta fight, man. Especially in the battle that we're in, we gotta fight. 2 Timothy 2 and verse 3. Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahushua Mashiach. And the NLT says, endure suffering along with me as a good soldier of a Mashiach Yahushua. We all going to go through sufferings. We're all going to go through chastisement, adversities, but we got to continue to push forward. Verse 4, no man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who hath chosen him to be a soldier. The Lord chose us to be a soldier. And Lord willing, we be part of the elect. The Lord chose us from the very beginning. From before the foundation of the world, the Lord chose us, man. So we got to live up to that standard to the best of our ability. We're at war, and we can't retreat. We can't go back. So let's go back to that Matthew 24 and get that word. See if, what else that word recede We can't recede. It said not to recede. That's what it means to endure, to not retreat. And it said what? He that endureth unto the end shall be saved. The same shall be saved. So in order for you to endure, you can't retreat. It says right here, A, to preserve, or not preserve, but to persevere under misfortunes and trials, to hold fast to one's faith, and it must yuck. B, to endure, bear bravely and calmly ill treatment. So we gotta, no matter what is set in front of us, we gotta be brave. We gotta be confident that Yahweh Shem Yahshua is with us, no matter what is set in front of us, man. It says, have fortitude. Have fortitude. It says to courage in pain or adversity. Courage in pain or adversity. We gotta remain courageous. We gotta remain bold. No matter what pain, no matter what adversity is set in front of us, we cannot lose hope. We cannot lose faith. We gotta have that fortitude, man. To undergo, we gotta go through this, man. Persevere. Look up. To continue in a course or action. It's like to continue in a course of action, even in the face of difficulty or with little or no prospect of success. But with this, it's not little success. It's 100% guaranteed success that the elect is going to be saved. So we got to endure. What it says, give diligence to make thy calling and election sure. Study to show thyself approved. Endure unto the end. The same shall be saved. So we got to endure. We got to have faith. We got to have hope. We got to have works. We got to do what is required of us as a good soldier of a Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Shem Yahshua, who chose us to be a soldier, man. Not recede. We got to remain in this truth, man. It says to retreat, go back, move further back. To disappear from view, to gradually disappear, to fade into the distance. We can't fade into the distance, man. Diminish. We can't diminish, man. Let's see if we can find antonyms for diminish. And right here, before we get it, says, don't lose your nerve. Follow your path as if there is no turning back. And there is no turning back, man. And if you turn back to death. And we don't want to do that. It says, I'll tell you how I made it. I never kept anything for the way back. We don't have anything left in this society. We left everything. It says, we have forsaken all to follow thee, Yahweh Shem Yahshua. To follow thee, Yahweh Shai, what shall we receive? He said, ye that follow me shall receive 100-fold. Roughly paraphrasing. What is I going to do? Antonyms. Antonyms for, what was the word again? It was diminish, of course. Diminish. We got to increase. We got to flare up. We can't decrease. We can't decline. Slack off. There is no slacking off, man. If you lose hope, you lose courage, you're gonna slack off. We can't. Now is not the time to slack off. Now is not the time to fade, to diminish, to recede, man. To let up. We got to go further. We got to go stronger. Let up. Of something undesirable become less intense or severe. This is desirable, man. We can't wane. We can't wane, man. No waning. Where's that word? I just seen it. Wane. Have a progressively smaller part of its visible surface illuminated so that it appears to decrease in size. We can't wane. We can't decrease. We got to increase. So let's get into this. Ecclesiasticus or Sirach 2 and verse 11. And this is in the GNT. Sirach 2, and we'll get verse 12 in the NLT, or GNT, Slakia. But those who lose their nerve are doomed. You can't lose your nerve. Don't lose your nerve. And I got that when I looked this up, I said, don't lose your nerve. I got that, as well as I got this If it'll go back all the way. It says to lose your nerve, definition in American English. If you lose your nerve, you are suddenly panic. You suddenly panic and become too afraid to do something that you are about to do. So we can't lose our nerve because losing our nerve leads to death. We just read it. You're doomed. We can't suddenly panic. It's when you jump up in that in Ecclesiastes 2:1 it says in verse 2 it says be sincere and determined, keep calm when trouble comes. We can't suddenly panic when trouble comes. We got to remain calm, cool, collected. It says what in Isaiah 33:7. It says 33:6, like Isaiah 33:6. I'm just gonna pull it since I misquoted it. Isaiah 33 and verse 6. And it reads, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord Yahweh is his treasure. So that's what's going to keep us stable. That's what's going to keep us strong and courageous and determined and sincere during that time. H 5:30. It says, I'm a one. I'm a one. I'm a wana. Salakia. It says firmness, fidelity, steadfast. So yeah, faith, faithful. That's what's going to keep us faithful during that time. That wisdom and that knowledge, man. Salakia. Stability. Look up. The state of being stable. Great. Nice definition. Balance of mind, mental health, soundness, sureness, strength, durability, indestructibility, reliability. This is what's going to keep us during that time, man. Secureness. Let's go back. We'll finish it off right here in Ecclesiasticus or Sirach 2:12. But those who lose their nerve are doomed. All those sinners who try to have it both ways. You can't have it both ways, man. You can't have one foot in the world and one foot in the truth. You can't have it both ways. You can't be half hood and half holy. You can't continue to preach the wrong gospel, not given by the Holy Spirit, and think you're going to get away with it. You can't preach a gospel that goes against the Holy Spirit and think that you're good. Think that you're saved, man. Think that you're in good standings. If you're not preaching anything of the 100% truth, man, you are doomed. You are doomed. I'm speaking to myself first and foremost. That's why we, starting with our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, go hard for this, man. Especially the apostles and elders, man. They continue to grow. They continue to study. They continue to go into the scriptures, man. They continue to go out in the highways and byways. They continue to do lessons 2, 3, 4 times a day, man. Because if we're wrong, if we're off, if we're preaching the wrong gospel, we're wrong, and we're doomed. And we don't want to be doomed. We don't do this for filthy lucre's sake. When you do this for fame, for glory, for the persuasion of the people, to fill your own belly, you have lost courage. You have lost faith, man. You have lost your nerve. When you take a bribe, money deals, when you sell out, you lost courage. You lost faith, man. You didn't believe in Yahweh Shem Yahshua. You didn't believe in the true power that Yahweh Shem Yahshua brings. You trusted in your oppressors. Trusted in your own self. We're trusting in Yahweh Shem Yahshua, man. Lord willing, to the very end and for all eternity. So it says, verse 13, doom is sure to come for those who lose their courage. They have no faith, and so they will have no protection. So, if you lose your courage, You lose faith during that time, you're not going to be protected. What does it say in Revelation 3 and 10? The ultimate time that we will need protection. The ultimate time of temptation to test your courage, to test your faith. Revelation 3 and verse 10, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. And when you go into that word keep, it goes into protect, to safeguard. Look, in the NLT, man, Revelation 3 and 10 in the NLT, because you have obeyed my command to persevere. Did we not just get that? And where do we get it? Oh yeah, the word to damn. We got it somewhere where that word persevere came up. We got it. I forget where it was, but we got a word where it said that to persevere. What was it again, man? It was it's like was it 2 Timothy 2 verse 3? Oh yeah, it was the word endure, wasn't it? I believe it was. Let's go to it real quick in the Greek. That's name was in damn. Where was it at? I know we started out with it. It's like bear with me. I wanna just pull this just to show you, man. Oh yeah. Matthew 24 birthday of Shimei Asai. Matthew 24 and verse 13. I believe it did say persevere. And what did it say? Because you have obeyed my command to persevere. Yep, right here. To persevere. So you gotta persevere, man. And what happens when you persevere in this truth? What happens when you persevere and you don't go back and you don't lose your nerve and you continue to believe and trust in Yahweh Shemi Yasai instead of taking backdoor deals, instead of trying to fill your own belly, instead of trying to go another way up to the kingdom of heaven? What happens when you go down the straight gate that the Lord Yahweh Shemi Yasai laid out for us to walk down? What happens when you persevere, man? Revelation 3 and verse 10 again in the NLT. Because you have obeyed my command to persevere, I will protect you from the great time of testing that will come upon the whole world to test those who belong to this world. And look, man, when we got that Sirach 2 and verse 13 in the GNT, doom is sure to come for those who lose their courage. They have no faith, so they will have no protection. So if you don't persevere, you're not going to be protected. But those who do persevere, the Lord is going to keep them. The Lord is going to protect them. He's going to safeguard them. He's going to be their safe haven. So we got to make sure, speaking to myself first and foremost, that we're doing what we need to be doing so that we do not come off on the Lord's bad side. We want to stay on the Lord's good side. That's why we do the best of our ability to study to show ourselves approved, give diligence to make our calling and election sure, so that we're found blameless in that day. So we're getting the blood off our hands, man. Verse 16, those Slakia. That it? Verse 15, Slakia. No, verse 14, Slakia. Sirach 2 and 14 in the GNT. Getting a little excited. Doom is sure to come for those who lose their hope. Again, doom is sure to come for those who lose their hope. If you lose hope, man, if you lose your nerve, you turn around, you retreat, you recede, you go back, you're doomed. It says it's a surety. It says, what will they do when the Lord comes to judge them? What are you going to do when the Lord finds you and you lost hope? You lost faith. It says when the Son of Man comes upon the world, will he find faith on the earth? Is he going to find you faithful? Doing what he required of us? Doing what he said for us to do? Feed my lamb, feed my sheep. Bid them to the marriage. Go on the highways and byways and bid them to the marriage. In season, out of season. Is the Lord going to find you faithful, or is he going to find you lost hope, 200 million in the bank? I'm going to stop right there. Verse 15, those who fear the Lord do not disobey his commands. Those who love him will live as he wants them to live. So we're living as the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshai wants us to live. We're not living according to how we want to live. We're not living how the world wants us to live. We're living according to Yahweh Bahashim Yahshai. Because what happens and what leads to Yahweh Shem Yahshai directing our paths, it leads to life, salvation, redemption, protection, faithful, hope. That's what it leads to, man. Verse 16, those who fear and love the Lord will try to please him and devote themselves to the law. We're devoting ourselves, man, to the best of our ability unto Yahweh Shem Yahshai. And you cannot devote yourself to the Lord Yahweh if you're losing courage, if you're losing hope, if you lose your nerve, if you recede, if you retreat, if you turn back. You cannot devote yourself to the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshai. Full steam ahead. We got to rip the rear view mirror off, man, and no matter what is set in front of us, continue to push forward. Just keep swimming, man. First, we'll just end. We got two more verses. We'll just finish it out. Verse 17: those who fear the Lord are always ready to serve him. They humble themselves before him and say, "We place our destiny in the hands of the Lord." Not. This is beautiful, man. We're placing our destiny in the hands of the Lord, man. It says we place our destiny in the hands of the Lord, not in human hands. And this is what these other camps, these false prophets are doing, man. They're placing their destiny, their fame, their fortune, their livelihood, their life in the hands of the oppressors. They're placing their destiny in the hands of Esau, man, in their own belly. They saying, I can lead my own destiny. I can make myself good. I will exalt myself. When really, what it said, they humble themselves before him. We are humbling ourselves, man. Because these people who are placing their destiny in human hands, they're exalting themselves. Instant gratification. And that's the last thing. And the first thing from our mind. That's what we're receding from. That's what we're retreating from. We're retreating from this world. We're turning our back from this world, from this society, from the things in this world, man. And seeking and going towards Yahweh B'Shem Yahshai. We don't want to go left no more. We want to go right. Because right leads to what? Salvation, protection. Again, verse 17, those who fear the Lord are always ready to serve him. They humble themselves before him and say, we place our destiny in the hands of the Lord, not in human hands. Because his mercy is as great as his majesty. Whoo! His mercy endures forever. His mercy endures forever. And that's what we got to continue to meditate on. No matter what is set in front of us, man. The Lord's mercy is great. And that is what's going to lead us unto everlasting life. We're not putting our destiny, our hope, our faith, our livelihood in our own hands. I don't want to carry my own destiny, man. I want the Lord to carry my destiny. I don't want Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, to carry my destiny. I don't want my family to carry my destiny. I don't want my friends, my dog to carry my destiny. I want the Lord to carry my destiny, because with the Lord Yahweh, it's in safe hands. So, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying to the spirit, to the body, and to the fold. And before I end it off, I'd like to give out praise, honor, and glory towards you too. Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak, and double honors once again to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Until next time, Shalom.